Pam Bondi concluded her 2 terms as Florida's Attorney General in January 2019, transitioning from state-level law enforcement to a prominent role within former President Donald Trump's inner circle and legal defense team. Her departure from elected office was not a dismissal, but the natural end of her constitutionally limited tenure, after which she became a vocal advocate and legal advisor for the Trump administration. This shift placed her at the forefront of national political and legal battles, a trajectory that continues today through her work alongside attorneys like Todd Blanche. Bondi's post-AG career has solidified her as a key legal and political operative for Trump, maintaining her influence in high-stakes legal proceedings and public discourse. Her initial involvement with Trump began during his 2016 presidential campaign, where she emerged as a staunch supporter and frequent media surrogate. This early alliance foreshadowed her later integration into his administration's legal strategy. Following her time as Florida's chief legal officer, Bondi was appointed as a special advisor to President Trump in November 2019, focusing on issues related to the opioid crisis and government ethics. This advisory role quickly expanded, leading to her significant participation in Trump's first impeachment defense team in early 2020. Her presence in the Senate trial underscored her deep commitment to the former president and her willingness to engage in politically charged legal battles. The public's interest in Bondi's career trajectory, particularly questions surrounding her departure from the Attorney General's office, often stems from the high-profile nature of her subsequent roles. While speculation about her being fired circulated online, her exit from the Florida Attorney General position was a scheduled term limit, not a termination. Her subsequent appointments were voluntary and strategic, aligning her legal expertise with Trump's political and personal legal needs. This ongoing collaboration, now featuring prominent figures like Todd Blanche in Trump's current legal challenges, highlights Bondi's enduring relevance and influence in the former president's legal and political landscape. Her journey from state prosecutor to national political operative exemplifies a significant shift in her public service career. Pamela Jo Bondi's career in public service began as a prosecutor in Florida, where she spent 18 years, including serving as an assistant state attorney in Hillsborough County. Her tenure as Florida's Attorney General from 2011 to 2019 was marked by several high-profile cases and policy initiatives. During her 2 terms, Bondi focused on consumer protection, fighting human trafficking, and addressing the opioid epidemic. She gained national attention for her role in multi-state lawsuits against pharmaceutical companies regarding opioid distribution, advocating for stricter regulations and accountability. Her office also pursued cases against fraudulent businesses, recovering millions for Florida consumers. One of the most scrutinized aspects of her time as Attorney General involved a 2013 decision not to pursue a fraud investigation into Trump University, following a $25,000 donation from the Donald J. Trump Foundation to a political committee supporting her re-election. While Bondi's office maintained that the decision was based on legal merit and not the donation, the timing and circumstances drew significant media scrutiny and criticism from ethics watchdogs. This event, occurring years before Trump's presidency, established an early connection between Bondi and the future president, setting a precedent for their future collaborations. Bondi's political ascent was also characterized by her strong conservative stance and her frequent appearances on national news programs, where she often defended Republican policies and figures. Her ability to articulate complex legal arguments in an accessible manner made her a valuable asset in political discourse. As her second term neared its end, speculation grew about her future, with many anticipating a continued role in national politics, particularly given her close ties to then-President Trump. Her transition from state-level enforcement to federal advisory roles was a natural progression for a figure with her political and legal profile, underscoring her consistent alignment with conservative legal principles and the Republican Party's agenda. Following the conclusion of her term as Florida Attorney General in January 2019, Pam Bondi quickly transitioned into a more direct advisory capacity for President Donald Trump. This move was a natural extension of her long-standing support for Trump, which began during his 2016 presidential campaign. In November 2019, Bondi was officially appointed as a special advisor to the president, primarily focusing on the administration's efforts to combat the opioid crisis, a policy area she had championed during her time as Florida's Attorney General. Her appointment was seen as a strategic move by the White House to leverage her legal expertise and public relations skills. However, her most prominent role during this period came shortly after, when she was named as a key member of President Trump's legal defense team for his first impeachment trial in the U.S. Senate in early 2020. During the trial, Bondi played a visible and active role, presenting arguments and defending the president against charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Her performance in the Senate chamber, characterized by her assertive and articulate delivery, solidified her position as a loyal and effective advocate for Trump. This high-stakes legal battle brought her national attention and further cemented her reputation as a formidable legal and political operative. The context of her involvement was crucial. Trump faced unprecedented legal and political challenges, and he sought out individuals with proven loyalty and legal acumen. Bondi fit this profile perfectly, having demonstrated both during her AG tenure and her early support for his presidency. Her transition from an elected state official to a presidential advisor and defense attorney highlighted the increasingly blurred lines between legal and political roles in Washington, D.C. Her continued presence in Trump's orbit, even after his presidency, underscores the deep trust and reliance he places on her legal counsel and public advocacy, setting the stage for her ongoing involvement in his post-presidency legal battles. Pam Bondi's close association with Donald Trump has consistently drawn both praise from his supporters and criticism from his detractors. During her tenure as Florida's Attorney General, her endorsement of Trump in 2016 was a significant moment, as she was one of the first high-profile state officials to back his presidential bid. Trump publicly lauded Bondi on numerous occasions, often highlighting her toughness and legal prowess. For instance, during a rally in Florida, Trump stated, "Pam Bondi is a fantastic attorney general, and she's doing an incredible job for the people of Florida." This mutual admiration formed the bedrock of their enduring professional relationship. Her role in Trump's impeachment defense team elicited strong reactions. Republican senators and conservative media outlets praised her articulate defense of the president, viewing her as a strong voice against what they characterized as a politically motivated impeachment. Senator Lindsey Graham, for example, commented on her effective communication during the trial, noting her ability to simplify complex legal arguments for the public. Conversely, Democratic lawmakers and legal analysts criticized her arguments, accusing the defense team, including Bondi, of downplaying the severity of the charges and engaging in political theater rather than substantive legal defense. House impeachment manager Adam Schiff frequently challenged the defense's interpretations of evidence and constitutional law. Beyond the impeachment, Bondi remained a visible figure in Trump's post-presidency legal efforts, particularly concerning challenges to the 2020 election results. She was involved in various legal initiatives aimed at questioning the election's integrity, often appearing on conservative news outlets to discuss these efforts. Her public statements consistently echoed Trump's claims of election irregularities, reinforcing her role as a steadfast ally. This continued advocacy, even after the election certification, demonstrated her unwavering commitment to the former president's legal and political agenda, further solidifying her public image as a key member of his legal and political apparatus. Pam Bondi continues to play a significant role in former President Donald Trump's ongoing legal and political endeavors, often working in concert with other prominent attorneys, including Todd Blanche. Blanche, a former federal prosecutor, has emerged as a lead attorney for Trump in several high-profile cases, including the New York criminal trial involving alleged hush money payments and the federal classified documents case. Bondi's expertise and long-standing relationship with Trump position her as a crucial advisor and strategist within this evolving legal team. Their combined efforts represent a multifaceted approach to navigating the complex legal landscape surrounding the former president. Currently, Bondi is involved in various capacities, often providing legal counsel, strategic advice, and public commentary on Trump's legal challenges. While her specific day-to-day role may vary, Her influence is evident in the coordinated legal responses and public messaging emanating from Trump's camp. The legal proceedings involving Trump are numerous and span multiple jurisdictions, including the New York criminal trial, the federal classified documents case in Florida, and the Georgia election interference case. These cases are expected to continue through 2024 and potentially beyond, with key dates for hearings and motions scheduled throughout the year. For instance, the New York criminal trial, where Todd Blanche is a lead defense attorney, is currently underway, with jury selection and testimony progressing. The federal classified documents case in Florida has a tentative trial date set for May 20, 2024, though this date remains subject to change based on pre-trial motions and judicial rulings. Bondi's involvement ensures a consistent legal and political voice aligned with Trump's defense. Her continued presence alongside attorneys like Blanche underscores the sustained legal challenges facing the former president and the dedicated team assembled to address them. The outcomes of these cases will have significant implications for Trump's political future and the broader legal landscape.